January 22nd, 2026, and I'd like to do a review of the price action so far from Monday till Thursday. It's 1:11 a.m. I'll put on some levels that were salient to me. I have this level here because of this imbalance that's from this candle's open to this candle's high. Then I had this low. I'll label it as Friday, January 2nd low. And then I had this new week open gap here. Also had the new day open gaps, but they're already on as an indicator, so I'll put on this new week open gap. I'll drop down to the 5 minutes. And on Monday I had it was a holiday, bank holiday, so we closed at 1:30. Then I had this at 9:30. I took a sell position off this breaker because I wanted to see price press for lower prices off this level here. Then I took a hit for 40 points. I tried going short again, but that was it. Let me put on some executions here. I was looking to, let me go to the daily time frame. Yeah. Part of the Monday setup was I was looking for price to trade to these levels here. That's Wednesday, December 17th low. Then I'll drop down to the 5 minutes time frame. But since I anticipated it was going to be a slow day, I just wanted the short scalp that would reject these levels here. But yeah, I took a hit there. And then on Tuesday, at the close of the session, PM session, after this sell-off, I wanted to see some form of retracement. I took a position. I was aggressive with the trailing of the stop, so I got stopped out for 10 points. And in the Asia session, I took a long here, and I was aiming for this since we're below the propulsion block, that is the graded block I had on the daily time frame. That was my target during the Asian session, and I was using the new day open gap as type of like a barometer. So while price was above it, I took a setup here and exited here for 40 points. And then on Wednesday, which was a couple of hours ago, I was practicing some drills of price action on how to overcome the fear of clicking the buttons, entering a trade. So if I had an idea, if I thought about what price was going to do, I just clicked the button. I thought about what price was going to do, I clicked the button. I was aggressive with the stops. So I was just going in there, observing some paper cuts, trailing my stops real hard. And I took some shots here. I think I took just one shot here. Then I took another long here, and I got stopped out a couple of times. And then I took the long, held it to this level here. I came back during the just before the PM session, and there was some sort of pause and revert here since this was the previous session's high. Since this was previous session's high, if I toggle to the regular trading hours, previous session's high, so it was like a pause and revert. So I was wanting to see price reach for these levels, but I was aggressive with it. Also, I was just taking a position if I had my stops real small, so I was just observing 10 points stops, 10 point stops. I think 10 points was the highest stop I got, and I was just observing. I was using some inversion levels here on the 15 minutes to take shots. I also took some longs here that I wanted to see kind of like retrace and get this high. But yeah, I was just aggressive with this whole trading session because of the drill I wanted to practice in price action today. And during the PM session, we had this expansion back into this range, trading to the high of that block on the daily time frame at 2:15 p.m. So it's like a range bound trading environment. But I called it a day here because I had taken the maximum amount of trades I wanted to take for this drill. Yeah, I took this. Let me take off these executions for a bit. Uh, speaking about price action, in the morning session, I wanted to see these lows taken out. This pause and revert, I wanted to see it here at this 9 a.m. because it was 9:30 open. I wanted to see these lows taken out before I went long here, and price did not do that. It just kept pressing higher till these levels were met. So after this, I was wanting to see these lows met. So during the PM session, price went below this low at 1 a.m., which is typically the start of the PM session, failing to trade below this new day open gap, which acted as support throughout the day. I also use this new day open gap to take a trade during the Asian session, which I spoke about earlier, and price just kept pressing higher from there. It's kind of like use these levels here, this low of the propulsion block and this Friday January low as some form of inversion. On the 15, there's on the 15 there was it was kind of like identical, which is these levels here. If I put on these levels here, I took some shots of this here to go for these lows. This was one of my biggest. That was about 50 points, about 60 points. I covered a lot of the paper cuts I had earlier, and yeah, that was it for me. So I took, and after taking out this low, price used this kind of like an inversion to reach for these high prices, but I wasn't expecting this. I was just done with the drill for the day. So I would go to the balance, see what I did. This was the one I took during the Asian session. Then I took a hit in the morning, and then took a couple of hits trying to long, and then I took that long trade And then I went back in the PM session, took a lot of position, and then I took that sell off, which was this candle here, and that was it for the day. So the balance at the start of the day was 643, and the balance after is 672. So it was like a 30 20 points gain, but that wasn't the aim for me. I just wanted to do a lot of drills in price action today, and that's it for this review.